Formative Assessment for California Teachers Fact Verification, Self-Assessment Standards 5 and 6, and CSTPs. Participating teachers, please fill out the information above this line. Reviewers will complete the information below on this page. Use this rubric as a guide as you complete the following pages. The purpose of assessment of teaching and learning is to provide opportunities to consider prior knowledge and skills acquired in teacher preparation and induction while assessing teaching practice for strengths and areas for growth. This is part of the data collection phase in an action research cycle. You will use the same form for the initial self-assessments completed in the fall and the final self-assessments completed in the spring. With your support provider, review and discuss the standards below, referencing any information gained through conversation guides. Please include a minimum of 2 examples from your teaching practice or experience. Describe your strengths and areas of growth related to the prompt. Here you will find the prompt. Next to the prompt to the left, you will find a description for more information. Whether you are a Year 1 or a Year 2, in the fall you will be completing the initial self-assessment. You will date. Where the bullets are is where you are going to provide evidence or data on how you are currently meeting the prompt. I'm going to go through and look at the other induction standards. This is for pedagogy, universal access, equity for all students, universal access, equity for all students teaching English learners. Remember, even if you do not have designated English learners in your classroom, you are to answer the prompts relating them to students in your classroom that are having struggles with academic language, academic content, academic vocabulary. Universal access, equity for all students teaching special populations. Same as with teaching ELs. If you do not have designated special population students in your class, you are to answer the prompts as they relate to non-typical students in your classroom. Self-assessment Clear Education Specialist candidates. This is only for candidates clearing their Ed Specialist or Special Ed credential. Next we have the CSTPs. Once again, Year 1 and Year 2 are on the same page. Here you will complete the initial self-assessments in the fall and the final self-assessments in the spring. You will click on and use the continuum of teaching practice to view and read descriptors of the CSTPs and the evidence on the continuum that you will need to say where you are at. So for CSTP 1 through 6, you're going to read through the continuum. You can take a look at each of the subcomponents, and through conversations with your support provider, you can decide where on the continuum you are. You'll place an X in the box. Remember, after the initial self-assessments, you will be saving this form. You will be completing the final self-assessments in the spring, and you will be handing it in again in Section 4.